Lx7.ca. From your ears to your brain, electronic music, Lx7.ca. Lx7.ca.
What's going on? It's me, Virgil Evans for Lx7.ca. There's something in that square. Of course, the square being me, and the something being this crazy art show here at Harborfront. This weekend is Beats, Breaks, and Culture in Toronto, and what's really cool about it is we get a chance to showcase some of the talent and techno that people are doing. I'm doing a show, you might see a little bit of footage later on about that, but something I thought that was really neat was this milestones in the history of electronic music. Of course, you know, curated, but check this out, it's a whole bunch of stuff. They're basically walking us through the experience of what made electronic music what it is today. I happened to see it yesterday. I was like in awe. I freaked out, and I thought I gotta get the camera and do a little episode on it. So here we are, and it's neat because what they start with, of course, is a Theremin. The year 1909. Can you see that? Can you see that? I can see that. So this guy makes this crazy Theremin, and just like, you know, I love the show because this is a chance for us to figure out stuff and learn and share about electronic music and the history and the technology and how it's done and some of the artists and everything. So to see this all set up just so easily, it's great. We've got Bob Moog next. Look at that, 1964, and they don't really have. They have a Theremin for 1919, but not really anything for Moog. But then going forward, they have Kraftwerk. It's Kraftwerk. And it's crazy because like Kraftwerk, I remember checking out Kraftwerk stuff when I was a kid. I don't know if I can see this. Can you see that? Look at that, little Kraftwerk record. And so here we are, 1971, Kraftwerk comes out, does their thing, everyone gets into it. And like, their music might have been strange to people in Berlin, and probably to a lot of people, but it inspired so many people going forward. So going forward, you got guys like this, the Mad Professor himself. If you can see that, we got Lee Scratch Perry, and he's using this thing called a Space Echo. Now what Lee Scratch Perry did is he started taking machines and electronics and using it kind of in unconventional ways. And this was at a time when people really didn't understand or know what to do with it. They just had this gear, this technology. And guys like Lee came along and started turning it into something different, which brought us exactly up to 1973, Curtis Blow. Here we are. The turntable comes out. You got these guys, they're doing hip hop. They're taking the breaks from records and just playing the breaks back and forth, DJing and scratching and trying to figure out ways to reinvent music that's already been created as a form or a source of music that's coming from them. I don't know. I'm explaining it poorly. There's lots of websites on it, but it's cool because here we have this huge exhibit, and they're talking about all the stuff that brought us to today. And of course, here we are. I don't know if you can see that. There's Giorgio Moroder, and they've got this little. It looks like an SH-101 here, and Giorgio Moroder, he did all that Donna Summer stuff. He has this song called The Chase. I did a couple, in the beginning of the year, I did an iMix, and I added a Giorgio Moroder song to that iMix. If you're on iTunes, you know what I'm talking about. If not, that's okay. And Giorgio Moroder, the guy is amazing, and the stuff was just pounding. And it's 1975, we're talking the beginning of disco. Basically, this guy and a couple other artists started making these disco beats that were synthetic stuff. It wasn't like bands where you had, like Burt Bacharach, who needed a room full of artists to make his music. He needed, you know, people who play trumpet, everything. No. Giorgio Moroder, bunch of machines. Play it, overdub it, you're done. But, now, okay, you know how I love the 909. I totally love the 909. Here is the machine that came before the 909. This is an SP1200. The SP1200, you get two of those, double up that kick. It's the loudest, roundest, hottest kick you can ever imagine. If you get a chance to play with one, try playing with it. And trust me, you'll love the 909. Again, not that I didn't say that I loved it already, but the interface of the 909 is so much easier to use than that machine that it was amazing, but it needed a new interface. which is where Roland came in 1982. See that? We got old Curtis Blow on the back. Or no, I think that's African Bambaataa. I'm not sure. They don't really have anything. I'd have to go look on the thing. But here is, if you can see that, the awesome and wonderful 808. And this machine started so much stuff. You got a little, I don't know if you can see in there's a little Dance Mania, some Dance Mania records in there. But this machine, whenever you think of early hip hop, that's what it all came out of. I don't know what Roland was thinking when they made it, but it was a great box. Probably didn't do what they thought it was supposed to do, but that's okay. Who cares? Next, of course, we have my favorite, the 909 TR, none other. Transistor Rhythm. If anyone ever asks you what a 909 is, what the TR stands for, Transistor Rhythm. That's what it is. And of course, we got a bunch of, if you can see this, we got a bunch of Trax records there and more Dance Mania. Because this was the sound. Literally, all you needed was a TR-909 and like a DX7 maybe. And you could rip out songs for days because nobody was doing it. Nobody understood it. And this is back in 84. 84. It's crazy. But exciting. So it's cool. And it's neat that to be able to have this at the festival where someone's taking the time to actually put this together and share it out. And the funny part is I remember this Mac laptop. We're talking, what is this, 2001. 2001, and people are using DAW, digital audio workstations, to make music. Nothing like what we have today. Nothing like what I actually have in my studio, which you guys have seen, which is also a DAW, world. But they're using Ableton, they're doing their thing. And that's kind of what brought us here to today, to where music is now. So I thought I'd share a little bit of it, a little bit of what I saw here in the festival, and do what I do, because this is our little world, and it's a chance to share. So until next time, I'll catch you later. You know who I am, Virgil Evans, Lx7.ca. Keep on dancing.